Welcome back. In part one, we confronted the $2 trillion question. How can Black America have so much spending power and yet remain economically powerless? Today we dig into the evidence. Because if we want different results, we need to understand what actually works and what keeps failing us. Let's start with a story we all know. Tulsa, Oklahoma, 1921. Black Wall Street wasn't just a collection of Black-owned businesses. It was a living ecosystem. Money circulated within the community, building schools, hospitals, and generational wealth. But here's the part most people miss. The secret of Black Wall Street wasn't just entrepreneurship. It was covenant economics, shared values, collective ownership, and a spiritual commitment to each other's success. This isn't a new idea. Look back at the Kingdom of Kush, the Mali Empire, Timbuktu. These weren't just ancient cities, they were economic powerhouses. They pooled resources, built infrastructure, funded education and trade, protected their people from exploitation. Their wealth didn't come from individual hustle alone. It came from systems that put the community first. So what is covenant economics? It's a model where wealth is circulated, not extracted, where businesses are owned by the people they serve, where every dollar spent is a vote for justice, empowerment, and legacy. Let's break this down with some hard evidence. Wealth circulation. In thriving communities, a dollar changes hands 6 to 12 times before it leaves. In many Black communities, that same dollar leaves after just one transaction. Community ownership. The most successful periods in our history, whether in Tulsa, Durham, or Atlanta, were built on local ownership and reinvestment. Spiritual accountability. Every major faith tradition teaches economic justice. In Judaism, the Jubilee system resets wealth and cancels debts. In Christianity, the early church pooled resources so none would go hungry. In Islam, zakat and the prohibition of interest direct wealth toward those in need. These aren't just religious ideas, they're time-tested economic principles. That's why Jewish communities have survived persecution, why Islamic civilizations led the world in science and trade, why Black Wall Street was so resilient until it was destroyed. Today we see these principles at work in successful cooperatives, credit unions, and community land trusts. The Mondragon Corporation in Spain, owned by its workers, one of the biggest companies in the country. Black-owned credit unions in the U.S., helping families buy homes and build businesses. Community land trusts, keeping housing affordable and preventing displacement. But here's the truth. We have more resources now than any generation before us. $2 trillion in spending power, instant global communication, access to investment tools, information, and networks. So why aren't we seeing the results? Because too often, our money leaves our community before it can do any good. Because we've been sold the myth that individual success is enough. Because we haven't built the systems to keep wealth circulating and growing for the next generation. Covenant economics is about changing that. It's about making a conscious choice every day with every dollar to support businesses, banks, and institutions that build our community, not exploit it. And this isn't just a Black thing. Economic justice is a divine principle found in every tradition. The Torah commands the community to care for the poor and forgive debts regularly. Jesus taught that true wealth is found in generosity and shared prosperity. The Quran makes it clear. Economic justice is a pillar of faith. The data backs it up. Communities that practice covenant economics have higher rates of business success, lower unemployment, and greater resilience in times of crisis. When we invest in each other, we all rise. But it's not just about theory or history. It's about what we do next. Will you keep supporting businesses that drain our wealth? Or will you invest in those that reinvest in us? Will you let your money be a tool of oppression or a weapon for liberation? Will you settle for the status quo or help build a new Black Wall Street that can never be destroyed. This is the evidence. It's not about blind faith. It's about tested, proven principles that have worked for centuries. In part 3, we face the challenge. Will we act on this knowledge or let another generation miss its moment? In the final part, we'll talk about what it takes to turn knowledge into action, what your role is, and how together we can build a legacy that lasts. Don't miss part 3. Tap the link below to continue your journey. And if you want the full blueprint, get your copy of Blueprint for Black America's Economic System. Don't miss part 3. Tap the link below to continue your journey. And if you want the full blueprint, get your copy of Blueprint for Black America's Economic System. The link is in the description and pinned comment. Your support helps us keep producing content that challenges, informs, and empowers.